This is Andrew for the Chosen Prime with a quick video review of Titans Return Skullsmasher, otherwise known as an update of the original G1 Headmaster Skullcruncher. He's a deluxe class. Like other deluxe class figures, he does come packaged in a card and bubble. And here you can see the overall packaging. In the packaging, you can see that he does come with the collector's card. It comes with instructions. He comes with a handgun as well as the tail attachment here. So let's go ahead and take a look at some detail for Skullsmasher. Taking a look here, close-up detail for Skullsmasher, otherwise known as Skullcruncher, as he was in the G1 toy and cartoon. You can see he's got some nice detail here in his chest and his overall backpack. Some nice detailed paint here under his underside. Overall, these Titans Return Deluxes feel better and built more engineered a lot better than the Combiner Wars figures. Better use of the budget overall. As far as articulation here, for Skullsmasher, his head is on a ball joint due to the Titan Master kind of ball joint system. His shoulders can rotate at the ball joint here, as well as there's a hinge for transformation. You can lift it up there. He does have a upper shoulder swivel up here. His elbow can bend 90 degrees. His hands cannot rotate, but these claws can move forward and back. Just a simple hinge. He does have a waist swivel. His legs are universal joints. They can move forward and back. He does have a double jointed knee that is not ratcheted. The legs on this particular copy are a little bit loose, but could be tightened up fairly easily. And then there's no ankle articulation in his feet, but he does have these toes that can flip up, mostly due to transformation. His weapons just peg into his hands, the standard kind of just peg system for both the gun as well as his tail / sword that he had from the G1 toy. Like the other Titan Master figures, his head is removable, so we just lift up on the head here, and you can see the port that these Titans Return figures fit into. It's just kind of a little pressure port that just matches the kind of the peg on the head here. Taking a look at some detail here for Grax. It is a very clean head mode here. It does look like the G1 toy and the original US cartoon version of his Headmaster. A partner. To transform him, it's a matter of just folding down the legs. The legs are on just one piece, but they do have a joint that you can have him sit down or lay down. His arms are on limited ball joints, so you can lift them up and pull them away from the body just a little bit, but you do have options there. And then their heads are on ball joints that can look up and look down, and that's the neck joint that the deluxe size main body is able to utilize to move the head around. The main benefit of these little Titan Master figures is that they are interchangeable and can be put on other figures. So if we take a look at it here, here's the Crash Bash individual Titan Master figure, which homages the Squeeze Play Headmaster or Cancer Headmaster. You can take it and just transform it into its head mode, and here you can see the head mode, and it's just a matter of just taking it and plugging it into the top of Skullsmasher here, and now we have Skullsmasher with the new head with the same bit of posability. So you can build your own Transformers Headmaster kind of options here. So go ahead and we'll transform Skullsmasher here. Transforming Skullsmasher is fairly straightforward. We begin by removing both weapons, both his handgun as well as this sword piece that ends up being the alligator tail. Also remove the Titan Master by removing it from the top. Flip in his hands into his forearms. Take the alligator head from his back and rotate it forward. And we want to make sure that this hinge here is as flat as possible against the back of his neck. And then fold up the arms on the side like this. So they're on top of the chest. And there are two tabs on the alligator head that match holes on the shoulders here that you want to peg it all in together. Come to the arms here and rotate them forward, or actually down and to the side, so you get the kind of alligator legs kind of hitting at a 90-degree angle there. Come to the feet, fold up the toes, and then you'll see there's actually two different knee joints. You want to keep it so that you're pivoting on the green joint, and then this will just kind of peg in to the back of his waist, and just kind of again fold in. And then both pieces, both of the back halves of the alligator will actually peg in together. So just kind of sandwich them together to get them to hit. The little back alligator feet here will kind of pull out on a ball joint on both sides. The alligator tail here, this hole will now go around this kind of combined peg here on the end. And just peg that in. And then take his gun and come to the underside here. You can see the hole, and just peg in the gun to the underside of the tail. And there is Skullsmasher in his alligator mode. So we'll take a look at some more detail for him. Taking a look at Skullsmasher in his alligator or crocodile mode. You can see that the green and pink are quite nice in this mode. He's got all these different little spikes kind of across his body. Some paint detail here. As far as articulation, his tail can move side to side due to the kind of the pivot point it's got here. His legs, while one piece, are on ball joints, so you can move them up and down and in and out from the body a little bit on both sides. His front arms can rotate at this joint and move outward here, as well as you have the claw that can kind of move forward, so you can kind of have him crawling forward if you like. The head is on a ball joint, and you actually have to install it when you first get the toy, and it's just a matter of just kind of snapping on there, but you can see that it is with that neck joint and everything. You get some quite emotive poses out of him in this kind of alligator mode, and then the jaw actually opens, and you can see there's some teeth and mouth detail in there that is really quite cool here for Skullsmasher. There is a part here where you can open this up. This is rubber little piece here, and this is where Grax can sit as a rider. So you just get him so that he's kind of got his knees bent, and just kind of put him in that channel. There's some detail in that little kind of hold there, and then close it up, and you can have him ride Skullsmasher in that mode. So on to some comparisons. Comparing Skullsmasher with another Combiner Wars Deluxe, here we got the fellow Decepticon Scourge. You can see that as Deluxe class figures, they are the same size and have the same kind of overall features across both toys. Alternate mode comparisons, you can see that once you get them fully extended and you add the additional tail piece, Skullsmasher is quite longer and larger than the other Titans Return Deluxes. Comparing Skullsmasher with a Combiner Wars figure, here we've got breakdown, and you can see that Skullsmasher is a bit taller, and overall a little bit more design and paintwork has gone into Skullsmasher than some of the Combiner Wars Deluxes. Alternate mode comparisons with breakdown here. Again, much larger than the average Deluxe, mostly due to that longer tail. Comparing Skullsmasher with another version of Skullcruncher, this is Fans Project's third-party take on Skullcruncher. This is Crocs. You can see that Crocs here is a bit more detailed and a little bit larger. Of course, the price is considerably more here for Crocs. But Skullsmasher is a nice sized, from Hasbro, still a nice sized version of Skullcruncher. And here's beast mode comparisons between Skullsmasher and Crocs. They're roughly the same size, even though the robot mode for Crocs is larger. You do get some more detail on Crocs, but then you actually get a little bit better posability, especially in the head department from Skullsmasher here. He's really a nice kind of alligator crocodile mode here in his beast mode. Some final thoughts here on Skullsmasher. He's actually quite a good Headmaster kind of update of the original G1 character. It's definitely like the other Titans Return figures. He's got a lot better engineering than some of the Combiner Wars Deluxes. And it's just kind of a fun and simple transformation. I mean, you can see how fast I can get him back into robot mode here. It's just, he could be tightened up a little bit, but that's stuff you can kind of do on your own. But there's nothing inherently wrong with the figure, and the design and overall kind of execution is quite nice. Skullsmasher here is currently up for pre-order from the Chosen Prime. This is a review sample. If you want to add this Decepticon Headmaster to your ranks, he comes recommended, so take care.